My girlfriend, 24F, doesn't believe that I, 22 meters, was taken advantage of. I am not op. Original post by you. Throw RA 625 in our relationship advice. Trigger warning. Sexual abuse. Less than. An NBSP. My girlfriend, 24F, doesn't believe that I, 22 meters, was taken advantage of. The 8th of February 20. My girlfriend and I were hanging out. I was playing a game and she was scrolling on her phone. We often just like to enjoy each other's company. I guess she was reading something because she just stated how it's so sad that every woman knows someone or has been someone who was sexually harassed and/or assaulted. I agreed and told her that it's horrible how many women do not feel safe in situations where they should. She then said that men are so lucky they don't deal with it. I didn't know if she was being serious at first, but she kept ranting. I told her that what men go through in life definitely doesn't compare to what women go through, but sexual assault is something that happens to men too. She then responded with, "All men think about is sex." I took that as an opportunity to open up to her and tell her about how I was taken advantage of. From the ages of 718 by a woman who I was supposed to trust as a kid. She used to touch me or make me touch her and call it our little secret. As I got older, she got more aggressive with the sexual acts. It only stopped because she moved away. She kinda looked at me with a "yeah right" face and said that all boys dream of being with an older woman. She only agreed that it was messed up that I was so young when it started. She then said that I seem to be okay, so it's not that bad. Women who go through it have so much mental and emotional damage, and that women aren't as scary as men. I honestly didn't even know what to say. I'm not okay, I guess I'm just good at hiding it. I use smoking as a coping mechanism and it's been an issue in our relationship. How do I navigate our relationship going forward? I'm not sure where this was coming from. Maybe she went through something too? IDK. An NBSP. Update. My girlfriend, 24F, doesn't believe that I, 22 meters, was taken advantage of. The 8th of April 20. Thank you guys for the responses. I tried talking to her again and she apologized, but I could tell that she wasn't really sorry. She only did it because she had to, if that makes sense. I asked her how she would respond if we had a son and God forbid something happened to him. She didn't even respond. It reminded me of the way my parents responded when I told them. Crickets. I was 13 when I told them. In fact, they still keep contact with the woman. A family friend who was like an aunt to me. I broke up with her and explained to her why. She was pissed. Called me every name in the book and said that it's fine because she didn't even like me that much. Anyway, I don't know how much of that is true or if she's saying it out of anger, but I don't care. Any doubt I felt about breaking up vanished with her response. I was fully willing to work on our relationship and give it another shot, but I guess I cared more about her than she did about me. I'm gonna stay with my sister for now. I think I need to be single. For some reason I've always been quick to jump into relationships and they all fail. My now ex-GF and I had some other issues that we've tried working through, but I can't work through this. I'm just gonna focus on myself moving forward. I've heard everything she's said before from both men and women, but having it directed at me from someone I care about really hurt. It's not something I could let go. I've dealt with a lot of confusion and guilt surrounding what happened that made me question myself. I didn't like what was happening to me, but my body would react. This really messed me up. I'm gonna work through my issues before I even think of another relationship. An NBSP. Reminder, I am not the original poster. So heartbreaking for Oop. It's such a crushing feeling to open up to someone about past sexual abuse and then be completely invalidated by the person you told. I'm glad he dumped her. He deserves so much better. OOP's parents are horrible. Horrible people. I can't imagine remaining friends with the person who sexually abused my child. Or shrugging off the confession from a 13-year-old. I'm glad the GF is now an ex too. Oop is making the right choice to take care of himself. My heart breaks for him though. Oop made the right call. That ex-GF showed her true colors. I would think that, don't downplay the impact of someone else's sexual assault, would be a fairly universal expectation. But some people just seem to want to die on some damn high hills. Garbage human being. Oop is way better than the ex and deserves it. And honestly, with a thought process like that, the ex has 100% sexually assaulted a dude, I'm sure of it. 7. He was 7 when his aunt started molesting him. 13 when he told his parents. Jeez. It's only been 4 years since she stopped too. OOP's ex should be ashamed of herself for not supporting him. The all men want all the sex all the time is such a toxic mindset. Not only in discrediting male victims of SA but also in harming relationship dynamics. A male partner who has a lower libido than his female partner is made to feel less manly or worthy, while the female partner is wondering what is wrong her to cause her male partner to reject her. Since he's supposed to want sex all the time, it pressures young men to have sex before they are comfortable in order to fit in with the other guys. Having sex that you don't truly want hurts your relationship with sex itself. I hope OOP's sister is a lot more empathetic than his parents and the ex. Yeesh. This is awful. I hate how this extremely toxic mindset has prevailed throughout what is lauded as the most progressive era yet. Men can be and are victims of sexual abuse too. In fact, more than you might think. 1 in 6 boys are sexually abused before they turn 18. In my experience, it stemmed from my ex thinking that all guys want sex all the time, even though I consistently said no. I still don't like talking about it with my supportive people. And I feel like my abuse is less bad than others sometimes, and I wish I didn't have to hide it. Ouch. OP is making a good decision staying single for a while, breaking a pattern of dissatisfying relationships gives you the opportunity to analyze what is going wrong with the relationships and early warning signs of the wrong kind of girl attachment. OP's ex. Well, there's a lot that can be said, but it's not anything nice or constructive, so it's best left unspoken here. It reminded me of the way my parents responded when I told them. Crickets. I was 13 when I told them. In fact, they still keep contact with the woman. WTF? I feel even more angry for Oop now. I told her that what men go through in life definitely doesn't compare to what women go through, but sexual assault is something that happens to men too. Homie even had nuanced opinions on the topic. Made sure not to downplay what women go through, and she still decided to disregard his opinions. A damn shame. I hope he gets therapy to work through the assault. Good on him for taking the time to heal before jumping into another relationship. My gods. Poor Oop. I'd like to hug that 13-year-old boy and tell him how sorry I am. Then I'd like to have a come to Jesus chat with the parents and that woman. Because when I ask myself WWJD, I remember that sometimes the answer is flip tables and pull out a bullwhip. Poor Oop. It's so frustrating when people talk about protecting girls and always miss boys out of the conversation. CSA is a serious endemic that we need to start taking seriously. Starting with it can happen to kids of both genders. And abusers take advantage of the fact that society doesn't believe kids anyway, but it especially doesn't believe boys. Obviously, adult males can be sexually assaulted, and anyone who believes otherwise is vile scum. OOP's ex took a deep dive into the most foul pit of rotten humanity with her response to his abuse. At the hands of a pedo, OOP's parents should die in a fiery wreck with their friend. I think the part that broke my heart the most was when he asked what she would do if their son had it happened to him, and she just didn't reply. In that moment, she either realized her hypocrisy and doubled down anyway, or she didn't want to say she wouldn't believe her own son was assaulted. While the girlfriend is a scumbag, I think his parents are the much worse offenders in this story. Besides the actual rapist, of course. What kind of human gets told by their 13-year-old child that they've been being sexually assaulted for 6 years, since the age of 7, and their immediate reaction isn't to go scorched earth on the abuser? At least Oop has his sister, because multiple people are failing him in his life. If she didn't like him anyway, then she wouldn't be so upset. Oop is better off out of that relationship. People like her can seriously affect the way victims frame their abuse and view themselves if they are believed. Horrible human.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.